Okay guys, welcome back. So if we... No wait. We want to show the bottle. What is this? The bottle of water. Actually, there's one method of killing a man without leaving a trace that comes to mind. Obviously, I'm referring to poison. Poison? On the day of his death, we know that Dr. Wilson drank from this bottle of carbonated water. Could it be that there was poison inside? Could it be that the professor actually died after taking a sip from his glass? Order, order, order! And on that day, he was sitting at the same table as the professor and able to slip the poison into his drink. There's only one person who could have possibly done it. Giselle Brett, it was you. This is outrageous to suggest such a thing without a scrap of evidence. You little rookie imbecile. Have you even considered the delicate situation our country finds itself in now? Have you forgotten that we have only just signed an accord of friendship with the British Empire? Oh my gosh, shut up. Have you even the faintest inkling of that your rash accusations could jeopardize the entire treaty? This is not a political arena. This is a trial to determine one individual's guilt with respect to one crime. What? The fact that this woman is British makes no difference. We're here to determine the truth. If I may, I will silence you for it. Shut up. Don't even let me read you. It is you who should be silent. Of course. Dear lady. Where did that come from? She just snapped. I'm afraid I may have spoken unfairly before. I offer my most humble apologies. I'm sorry, my lady. To what are you referred? I described your police force as inferior, but no matter how inferior they may be, you still investigated this particular point thoroughly, I believe. The bottle, I mean, Inspector, and whether it contained poison or not. Of course. You did? Have you forgotten what my guiding principle is already? I strive for a flawless investigation every time. I don't believe it. Naturally, we tested the inside of the bottle and its contents. And what did you find, Inspector? I ordered tests for every toxin that's available in this country at the present time. We could find no trace of poison of any description in the bottle of carbonated water, Your Excellency. What? Are you sure? The tests were meticulously carried out by the chief coroner himself. No! I'm very grateful for you Japanese. You successfully established my complete innocence in this whole affair. Thank you. But of course, dear lady, the pleasure was all ours. I was so sure. This can't be right. Everything falls into place if he was poisoned. Thank you, Consul. I think the course examination has clarified everything. As the prosecution have asserted, a shot to the chest from this gun is only conceivable cause of death. Furthermore, the accused, who by his own admission was holding this weapon, is the only possible culprit. I'm done for. The court wishes to apologize for the great inconvenience this has caused you, Miss Brett. Oh no. I'm just glad the matter is resolved. Before proceeding, I must ask the counsel for the defense. Do you have any further evidence to present the court at this point? No. Kazuma? I'm sorry, Rinosuke. I have nothing more. Well, if you'll excuse me now, I really must be leaving. Please, wait. Isn't that... What's the meaning of this? Forgive me for intruding on court proceedings, Your Excellency. Susato Mikotoba, Judicial Assistant to the Defense. Mikotoba? In my darkest hour, with nowhere left to go, she appeared like a bolt of lightning, and in her hand she carried a small package, wrapped in a Ryosiki cloth. Well, let's continue on for a wee bit more. Well, I understand you're the judicial assistant to the defense, but why the sudden ingress into my courtroom? A judicial assistant and a woman no less. The rules state that females are not permitted into this court other than to testify. Yeah, that's what it was in the 18th, but that's obviously different now. Yes, I fully understand. I ask only for 5 minutes of time. I have some vital evidence I must hand over to the defense. Ha! You're too late, little girl. This trial has already been concluded. 5 minutes? I will not allow him a moment more. But, Your Excellency, I am most grateful. Who exactly are you? I'm sorry, there's no time. Please simply accept this for now. Was it a report or something written in English? It's to celebrate research. English woman's? After the trial resumed earlier, I hurried back to the university. I went to Dr. Wilson's laboratory and in the medical facility, faculty, and board this paper. Oh yes, that's right. Miss Brett was studying under the professor, wasn't she? So, does this research, whatever it is, have something to do with the case? I'm afraid I don't know. I haven't been able to listen to the proceedings of the trial myself. Oh, no, of course not. Special characteristics of curare and its effects on human subjects. Interesting. Curare? What's that? I've never heard that word before. I don't even know if I said it right. Time's up! The prosecution demands immediate removal of this female trespasser from the courtroom. There was too little time for me to read in detail, but I've summarized what I could on a note just inside the cover. If you think it could be valuable, please cast your eye over it. This is wonderful, thank you. Goodbye then, and good luck. Bye, susato. And yeah, susato. Wait. Poison made from the bark of certain trees in jungles. Oh my, wait, please. Paralysis to this wound. I didn't. You've held long enough, Consul. We cannot detain our English guest any longer. I ask the prosecution and the defense now one last time. Does either side have any further evidence to present to the court? I presume not, but... The prosecution has made this case convincingly enough already. Nothing more to add, Your Excellency. Rinosuke, we're out of options here. This really is our last chance. Yes, I know. Your Excellency, the defense does have new evidence. That look. The unyielding stare of a true Japanese warrior. Well, Miss Brett? Yes, Your Excellency. If you won't mind, perhaps you could grace us with your presence a little longer. It's a delightful invitation, but I'm afraid it's not so very long until tea time. Forgive me, Miss Brett. It seems I wasn't clear. I realized it was phrased as a question. However, I must ask you to treat that as an order. I've said it many times before, but the Japanese language makes no sense. My apologies, dear lady. I say it like that. So, Consul, what's this new evidence that demands the court's attention? Mr. Selbrecht, we understand you were studying under Dr. Wilson at Umi University doing research. Research, by sheer coincidence perhaps, into a deadly poison. What? Poison? Where are you going with this, Consul? A toxin known as curare, Your Excellency. Even the slight is the amount of this deadly poison entering the body leads to instant death. What? What complete and utter nonsense. Cure, you say? I've never even heard of it. You wouldn't have done. What do you mean? I mean you wouldn't have heard of cure before for one very simple reason. It doesn't exist in our country. It doesn't exist. Correct, which means no matter what tests the police do for toxins, they'll never identify cure. Why? Because there is no test available here that can identify the presence of this highly deadly poison. What? Order. Counsel, does this deadly poison truly exist? According to this report authorized by the visiting research student from England, cure has long been used by the tribespeople of South America as a poison to laser owls. Seems that it's reasonably well known among European doctors and scientists. To laser owls? The report states that it's produced from the extract of a tree that grows deep in the Amazonian jungle, and it was first brought back to Europe at the turn of the century by explorers. Claims that owls or bios laced with cure suffer instant death. Doesn't that about sum up, Miss Brett? Trumpery. Those aspirations are utter trumpery. To start with, if the victim had been administered some of the so-called deadly poison, he would be squirming and writhing in pain, and the other diners would surely have noticed. That's true. What do you say to that, Inspector? Officer, I would have noticed a disturbance like that. I don't remember anything like that either. I didn't notice the professor being in any kind of pain. According to this, however, it's the other way round. What do you mean the other way round? The very fact that the victim didn't show any visible signs of distress is evidence that cure was used. Explain yourself, Counsel. The moment the toxin enters a person's system, it causes instant paralysis. In other words, affected victims lose all strength and are completely unable to move. Even if they were in total agony, there'd be no visible signs of pain at all. We're terrible. Obviously, if a man lost all strength in his muscles, he would collapse on the floor. But with a chair under to support him, as Dr. Wilson did, the effects could go largely unnoticed. But I don't follow, Kazuma. That's just paralysis. I thought the poison caused instant death. The full explanation is completely unpleasant. Anyway, I'll see you guys